All right, for the 2017 Raptor 700, we got a brand new OEM fuel pump. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna check the valve clearances, I'm gonna check the oil, and I'm gonna check the coolant. So what I'm gonna start with is taking the gas tank, the seat, and the fenders off so we can check everything. And then we're gonna go from there. All right, so I got the gas tank off, the seat, and I got the front plastics off. But one thing about it is that they super glued, you know, they super glued this little switch, this little clamp right here. So I'm not gonna, you know, take this apart, and that's the only thing that's holding the plastics off. And usually I pull the whole plastics off, but I'm not gonna pull that off because that's super glued. But the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna check the valve clearances. So I'm just gonna, you know, take out the valve covers so we can check the clearances. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, so I got the valve covers off, and now we're gonna check the clearances. We're gonna check the intake clearances first. Kind of tight up in here. Okay, this one slide through nice and smooth. Yeah, this one is too tight. So we're gonna just adjust that valve on that one. And now we're gonna go to the exhaust valve. Okay, that one nice and smooth. That one nice and smooth. Okay, so the exhaust valve is perfect. The clearances on the exhaust valve is perfect. So I'm gonna adjust the left intake valve. Then we're gonna go from there. Okay, so I adjusted the left intake valve clearance, and as you can see, it's sliding nice and smoothly. Nice and smoothly, just like the right one. Nice and smooth. And as you can see, the exhaust valves was perfect, so I didn't have to touch the clearances on those. So next thing I'm gonna do is put the covers back on, the valve covers, and then I'm gonna swap out that old fuel pump and put the new one in. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, so I got the valve covers back on. So next thing I'm gonna do is swap out that old fuel pump and put the new one in it, inside the gas tank. And as you can see, a piece of the old fuel pump is broke off inside of the pressure hose, so I'm gonna take that out too. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, so I got the old fuel pump out right there on the ground, and now I'm gonna put the new fuel pump inside the gas tank. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, so I got the new fuel pump in. So the next thing I'm gonna do is put the gas tank back on and bolt it back on the frame. And then we're gonna check the oil and check the coolant, and then we're gonna go from there. All right, so I got the gas tank and the front plastic back on. And as you can see, it got coolant. The coolant is nice and full. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish putting the other front fenders on, then the gas tank cover, and then the seat. Then we're gonna check and see if it's oil, if it have enough oil in it. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, so I got everything back together, but the last thing I'm gonna check is the oil to make sure we have enough oil in it. Okay, and as you can see, the oil is definitely low because it's below the E, which means empty. and it should be at to the F. So I'm gonna add oil in it. I'm gonna put oil in it, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, so I changed the oil, and now, as you can see, is at the full mark. That's where it should be at. That's perfect. So next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna see if it had a V-touch. Then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all, one more thing I had noticed before we check and see if the bike had a V-touch is that it have, it have a tie strap on it. And as you can see, that tie strap make the bike don't look neat. So what I am gonna do is just clip the end of the tie straps so the bike can look more neater. And now we're gonna see if it got the V-touch. Then we're gonna go from there. Nice idle. Got that V-touch. Y'all get it in gear.